bunch of gamers, one channel, and tons of games. This must be Games and Me. This is TWiGAME, episode 27 for May 27th, 2009. Cloud doesn't chew bubblegum. Hey guys, welcome to TWiGAME. This is episode 27. So, let's see. So today is the May the 23rd when we're recording this. So it's like about maybe a little bit over 9 days before E3, right?
Yeah.
So this episode is probably going to be pretty thin in the news because everybody's all saving their news for E3 because they're going to have all their big reveals like Microsoft is, allegedly going to drop a bomb, and Sony's going to allegedly drop a bomb at E3. But first, let me introduce everybody who's going to be here in this show by asking them the community question of the week, which is, what are you looking forward to this E3? So, let's start with you, CK.
Well, aside from the obvious heavy rain, I am also looking forward to the bomb that you mentioned. Microsoft is supposed to be dropping at this E3, and Sony apparently as well. It's mysterious and exciting. I look forward to it.
That's cool. And of course, we also have Mark. So how about you, Mark?
Well, I was originally hoping for something coming out of Capcom, but it's funny, they're being quarantined because of infection, and these are the guys that made Resident Evil and Dead Rising. So I hope people appreciate the irony in that. But anyway, besides them, I'm hoping for more details on Team Ico's latest game, which had footage leaked earlier in the month.
It's probably old footage anyway, but we'll get to that whenever we get to it. And of course, we have Tim, aka Jumble Junkie. What are you looking forward to, man?
Fuck E3. It's all about BlizzCon. New MMO.
That's what Ted would say.
Yeah, I really don't have too much to add, but something you actually turned me on to is the Renaissance of Fate, man. I want to see more of that.
Resonance.
Resident of Fate.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, especially that's the one that Tri-Ace is developing, that Sega's publishing. Oh my god, that would be so cool if they eventually made them do a new Phantasy Star or something if this turned out well,
I want some actual gameplay footage.
No, they did, but we'll get to that later.
Whoops.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump right into news. So this is by Lol Haha Dead. Confirmed, Nintendo Power announces Tatsunoko vs. Capcom for North America. A thread on NeoGAF came to our attention by way of a sharp eye from the Destructoid community member Phoenix Gamma that showed off pictures of a Nintendo Power that confirmed the game was coming to the United States. And of course, if you guys actually follow the Capcom Twitter, they did confirm it. That is one of the big bombs that they're going to unveil at E3. Well, too late. So let me start off by saying I called it 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever we had that episode. So, and Ted said it was impossible, but I said whatever. I don't give a shit. So, what do you think about this, Tim?
Who did you pay to get this information to make you look like you're the man?
Educated guesses all around.
Well, it's going to be sweet, but I have no idea who Tatsunoko is at all. I don't watch anime, don't care.
Yeah, I think that's the main problem with this game. Even people that do have sort of a passing knowledge of anime, they do not know most of the characters on the Tatsunoko side.
Who is in it? Do you know, CK?
I have absolutely positively zero idea what Tatsunoko is, nor do I care.
Okay. And I heard that the button layout is simplified too, which kind of because remember that this is a Wii title, so it's a Wii title.
Waggle.
Waggle. So I mean, I think it only has 3 buttons, right, Mark?
Something like that. I didn't actually get to play it.
Yeah, because
Like,
I heard it's something really funky like that. Like, it only has jab, strong, fierce, and it's like, you remember like the simplification they did with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 when they basically said, "Oh, you don't have 6 button layouts anymore. Now you have 5." I'm like, what? It's like the weirdest shit ever. So, all right, well, I guess we're not too invested in this game. I mean, to actually keep talking about it. So,
You just wanted to gloat.
yes, I wanted to gloat. Thank you. So, and saying, "I called it, Ted. You're wrong. I'm right." In those few moments that I'm right, of course, with Ted. All right, let's move along. So this is my Megas. So a lot of people were actually talking about the funky Kojima countdown that's been going on in like the Japanese Konami site, you know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is a new Snatcher game? This is a new Metal Gear game? I mean, I don't know. Like, let's start with you, Mark.
I'm hoping it's not a new Metal Gear game because it's like I don't know. I don't know where else they could go from there. But I just hope it's like either a new franchise or something related to Zone of the Enders.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
How about you, CK?
I half agree with Mark. I really hope this isn't a new Metal Gear. Do we really need a new Metal Gear every 2 years? Honestly. However, I would rather that it's a new Snatcher. That would just about make my whole life if they made a new Snatcher. So obviously, you know what I'm rooting for, although sadly, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it really will be a new Metal Gear.
Yeah. Of course, Tim, you know, I know that
Yeah.
you've never played a Metal Gear, but what do you think?
I'm thinking maybe like a Rocket Knight Adventure 2, maybe. That was like the only Konami game that came out of my ass, so sorry.
Wow. Well, didn't they also make Boktai? I mean, this is really pushing it, but you know, and it looks pretty hyper realistic for Boktai. It's the game where basically like the cartridge actually had like a sensor, like a
Yeah,
light
it was
sensor.
solar powered, right?
Yeah, it was quote unquote
okay.
solar
I
powered.
remember.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think so. But I also think it's Metal Gear because, you know, I was one of the early people who basically said like, Thunder and Lightning. What does that remind me of? Oh right, Raiden. Raiden is Raiden is like the god of thunder and lightning and stuff. It's like, okay, it's obviously gonna be like a Metal Gear game with Raiden and stuff. So whatever.
Whoopee.
Whoop-de friggin' do. Yeah. All right. As long as I don't have to play him, you know, butt naked through like an entire level again, I'm okay, I think.
I'm buying it.
So let's move on. So Bethesda announcing a really big Wii game this year. According to GamesIndustry.biz interview with Bethesda Sean Brennan, the company is finally going to pay some real attention to the Wii. "Quote unquote, we are going to make an announcement on a really big Wii game this year," Brennan said. "We got a couple of other things in the pipeline, and it's a format we really are looking forward to with the right approach." So mind you, like back at E3 2006 when we got into E3 and as another media publication, they showed us Star Trek, okay? I mean, I don't know, Tim, what do you think this is going to be? I don't think this is going to be like a Fallout game, to be honest.
I mean, they have the potential of doing even like kind of an Oblivion-ish game with the waggle waggle waggle. You know, that's probably what we're gonna end up seeing. Something kind of like that. Maybe like a cooler version of Red Steel.
God. I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
I got no idea. Like, besides Oblivion and Fallout, I don't know what else Bethesda's done, and I doubt those two games could like be ported to the Wii.
Yeah. Well, maybe Morrowind, because, I mean, I don't know. Morrowind's kind of stretching it, though. How about you, CK?
I'm thinking one of two things. It sounds like it's either going to be a Wii-specific Elder Scrolls title, or maybe something involving Star Trek now that that franchise is hot again.
That's true. That's a good idea. So, all right. Well, until E3, we won't know, so let's move on. Duke Nukem Forever game budget equals $20 million. Yes, that's across the entire lifetime of the game since 1997. So let's put this into perspective. So, CK, you posted something on here, right? What did you say?
I said the budget of Final Fantasy VII was actually twice that. It was $45 million. But that was. Oh, and by the way, that was only over a 3-year cycle. But the difference is that the development team for Final Fantasy VII, just as far as artists go, there were over 100 of them. Like the total size of the team, God knows, probably like maybe even approaching 200.
Dang.
So you have all those people spread over 45 million. Okay, that makes sense. 20 million over